Hey, okay, so we're going to look at episode 14. I was hoping to do this yesterday, but an emergency came. I was so rattled. I mean, like I was sitting down to actually do the thing, and then a thing happened. It's always how it works, right? Always, always how it works. Okay, so let's just get into it, shall we?
Once upon a time, humans and merpeople were friends. They shared everything, including the Mer King's golden tablet. The golden tablet contains magic that can change merpeople into humans and let them live on land. One day, a greedy human stole the golden tablet. The Mer King was furious and decreed that the friendship between merpeople and humans was over forever. Now there is hope for a new friendship. It began when a ship carrying Prince Justin of Gandor was driven by the waves into a reef. The ship sank, plunging Justin deep into the sea. Luckily, he was saved from a watery end by a beautiful young mermaid named Marina, and the two fell deeply in love. Since they live in different worlds, Marina and Justin cannot spend as much time together as they would wish. With the help of a little magic, Justin can breathe underwater and Marina can walk on land. But this magic lasts for only 1 hour each day.
Oh,
The
why?
sweet love they
Okay.
do have together is often interrupted by the schemes of Hedwig, an evil sea witch who wants to become the most powerful witch in the world. To do this, she needs an amulet of power, which is out of her
I
reach
had forgotten
and
about the
can't be
amulet.
exchanged
I
for
guess
even
they
one
did
of its
explain it
pieces.
at the beginning.
Anselm is a friend and teacher for Prince Justin. Using the power of the sea and the help of Prince Lothar, a human who has vowed to destroy Justin, Hedwig tries to capture the young prince
They
and
don't have
save him
much
from
of a
Hedwig.
partnership.
There is a chance for Marina and Justin to overcome all their problems. If they can only get the golden tablet with its magic of change, Marina could become human, and they would be able to share their love and laughter forever.
Okay, so that was a formula that they did quite a bit in cartoons, is because this is the halfway point. There's like 26 episodes, so this is a halfway point, and they pretty much recapped. Because at first, when I was watching, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And I even had to look to see the time of this episode to see if maybe it was latched onto. And no, it's the episode itself. Yeah, this is a formula that happened quite a bit in cartoons where it would uh show and that kind of thing. Happened a lot. And I mean, take your pick. And and I mean several cartoons when it got to the halfway mark, or it got to a certain point, it would do that kind of thing where it would rehash everything and remind you of where they were at in the story. So, I'm glad they did that though. But one thing that I was looking at was that, okay, so they say that Justin and Marina could only spend 1 hour. So Justin has the formula. So and Marina would have the formula, but does that mean that only one can? I guess that would make sense so they don't get greedy. So if she uses it, then he can't use it till the next day. I guess so. That would make sense. And yeah, have we seen an episode where they've used it the same time? Like the same day? I mean, we've seen where both he and Chauncey have used. And I mean, she has her friends don't. Bobo doesn't need it, and Winnie doesn't need it. Winnie just goes and flies everywhere because Winnie's cool like that. I want because we've seen Dudley turn into a human. Okay. Hedwig has turned him into a human. I want to see where Winnie is turned into a human. I want that. I want that episode. What would she look like as a human? Yeah, how come her friends don't come up to the surface in that way? Just like Chauncey comes down. Yeah, he came down a couple times. So it's only fair. But and then okay, because we learned the backstory between Ansem and Hedwig. And Hedwig used to be human, but they talked like she wasn't. So I have a feeling that they didn't have that backstory yet when they made this monologue. Sorry. My voice was going. I had to do it. I know it's terrible to hear. But as I was saying, with Ansem and Hedwig, we did hear their backstory. However, because this monologue was actually in the first episode, and then they just played it again, I don't think they had the backstory for those two until that episode with the wishing well, because Ansem told it to Chauncey, knowing full well that Chauncey was going to lose his memory and not be able to tell anybody. And, and yeah, so because when they're talking here, they talked like she wanted to be the greatest sea witch of the sea. But did she though? Yeah, and her and Lothar. I want to know that backstory. How did they meet? How exactly? Because we don't really know. When that episode where he's on the side of the on the cliff, that's not their first meeting. There is no way that that is their first meeting. I want answers. All right, let's continue. Oh, a castle. Aha. That doesn't look like a perch. I don't know much about sea life, but that doesn't look like a perch. Dudley, you would know if you ate it. That felt like a video game that I played in the 80s. Oh my heavens. Did he find Atlantis?
Now then, what? It's got to be
You
in
had
some
to.
hidden
Okay.
chamber, I'm sure of it. Oh,
Justin, let's hurry. I have a feeling we're not alone.
It's Hedwig's grotto. Of course you're not alone.
the tablet.
Oh, Justin, given what it can mean to us, it's even more beautiful than I'd recalled.
At last, the golden tablet is ours, Marina. In the
Then leave. Okay, that annoys me. They had every chance to leave. There were like there was the episode with Hedwig where she just stood there and just continued to monologue when she could have been doing what she needed to. Of course, that's a bad guy thing anyway. Typical bad guy thing is you just sit there and you monologue for about 5 hours. So I'll give her the benefit there. So they had the tablet. She had just, Marina had just said, I have a feeling we're not alone. Well, duh, it's it's Grotto. She lurks everywhere. You had to know that it was a trap. Okay? I already forgot the cephalopod's name. We learned his name in the last one. Yeah, he's back from the volcanoes. He's all better now. Of course, I guess he's super sour grapes. Yeah, because they had him swim over the volcano and then get blasted. That wasn't very nice. Winnie did that to him. But they had their chance to leave with the golden tablet, and they didn't do it. That's on them. That is totally on them. Oh, good heavens. All right, let's continue.
Children shouldn't enter where they haven't been invited. But under the circumstances, of course, I'm very glad you dropped by. Now Ansel must. What? Oh, why so bad?
Oh
Come on!
You useless butterbrain! You've ruined my chance for the umpteenth time to catch those two! Now what?
A
no! It looks like the
monster
first
scared the
time.
giblets out of me. A monster in a cavern.
What? A cavern? Near here?
Uh-huh. I tell ya, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. Why?
So you were in a cavern with a monster.
Uh-huh.
There could be something to that ancient legend. Come along.
I'm coming.
The ancient code of legerdemain. Does this look like what you saw?
Uh-huh.
The statue of Cronus. Zeus had a castle built and called it Tartarus. There, Zeus locked up his father Cronus and the other titans for misusing their primitive strength. They were power mad. In the tunnel under the castle Tartarus is a vast hoard of treasure, which is protected by a mysterious network of traps and hazards.
Wow, they were mean guys.
Let's just have a
I
quick
love
look at the
Dudley.
so-called hazards of Tartarus. The Chamber of Deadly Coral, which draws the life force from hapless trespassers who invade its dark recesses. Here's the Chamber of Moray Eels. And the ever-popular pit of volcanic lava. I wish I'd thought of that. And finally, the Chamber of Jewels. Such puny things the Titans valued.
Wow.
That's a perfect 700.
Very shiny.
The Chamber of Jewels contains a hazard so secret they couldn't even write it down.
Oh boy.
I've had a dreadful idea. Yes! Dudley, where would you put the golden tablet?
She always has dastardly ideas, and that's why we love her. But you know what this reminds me of? Okay, so this came out in like 91, 92, somewhere in there. And so this has very Indiana Jones feel to it. It really does. Now, in 92, of course, the um Fate of Atlantis came out, and also uh the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles was set to come out. So I don't, again, I'm not going to say that, I mean, it could have been inspired by, but I think this was 92. Because it seems like it came out after, because I do know that the Little Mermaid TV series for Disney came out in 91. And and it seems like this one came out a year later. But yeah, it feels very, very Indiana Jones. Considering the traps that they're talking about. I mean, just the series itself, from Raiders to Last Crusade. And it's just funny to me that, given that there's Fate of Atlantis and the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, which I don't know when the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles came out. I think they came out the end of the year, like towards November, October, November, somewhere in there. Um, but just the movies alone, what she's talking about, and then of course this temple or palace or whatever that was on the rocks that he went into, and even just how he was introduced to it is that Raiders of the Lost Ark vibe. So, are we safe in saying that this is the Raiders or an Indiana Jones type episode? Because when we watched Jason the Wheeled Warriors, there were a lot of those episodes. I mean, it was a knockoff of Star Wars, and I mean, Jace himself was Luke Skywalker, but and then you just go down the list of the other characters. But there were a lot of those episodes that were heavily, heavily inspired by Star Wars. One was obviously Tatooine. There was a whole Tatooine thing going on there. And but there were other things that were inspired by, like that one that was the ghost ship, and that was another movie entirely. Obviously, another movie entirely. And so I think we can safely say that this is very Indiana Jones. So, all right, let's continue to see how this plays out.
You mean a place to hide it, right?
Prince would be compelled to find it if he knew that he and that stupid Marina could be together
What
forever.
have you got against her?
The Chamber of Jewels.
He didn't call Justin stupid.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Yoo-hoo, Miss Hedwig, where'd you get to? Where you hiding, huh? Oh, there you are.
Oh, goodness.
Ah, where were you?
Oh, I was wondering the same thing.
Just be quiet and listen. The tablet is sitting in plain sight in the last infamous chamber. My code book!
Huh? Oh, there it is.
Oh, if you'd stop being so
Why
clumsy,
are you
I
so
wouldn't have
mean to him?
Sorry.
Setting a trap for Marina and her prince always gives me such a splendid feeling of satisfaction. I can feel Ansem's amulet around my neck as we speak. I really have to hand it to me.
Oh boy.
That was Hedwig and her court jester. Mighty nice of Dudley to carry her school books for her.
Oh, jeez.
And I'll tell you two another thing, if you please. I think the two of you are expecting an awful lot. Why not just enjoy life as it is?
I know you mean well, but you don't understand the devotion I feel for Marina.
Justin, do you remember as clearly as I do my first few days ashore?
Do I remember? I could never forget.
Oh boy, dream sequence. They're leaving out Cecily, I notice. That did not happen. Okay, this is a dream within a dream because she did dream that while she was there.
Yoo-hoo, snap out of it, Marina. What? If only I could. What a charming family portrait.
Why, you keep your distance.
You keep your boots buckled. Believe it or not, I'm here
Wow.
as a token of charity and generosity. A map to the tablet. Are you serious?
What an insult.
Knowing what it means to us? Precisely. If you expect us to believe that, you've got a problem. We all have our problems, don't we? And I know yours, Marina. That elixir you have to drink can't work forever. I just thought you'd like to have this.
She didn't use the elixir just now. She's still a mermaid.
I don't recognize this map. Could you help me decipher it?
Justin, you can't mean you trust the obviously unreliable directions from that deceitful monster. Hedwig is a cold-blooded liar. The only thing she knows about human feelings is how to maneuver and torment with them. She's chosen the avenue of evil. Oh, please listen to her, Justin. She knows what she's talking about. After all, they live in the same ocean.
No, I believe she actually meant it.
You believe she meant it?
What is going on? In other episodes, he has called Hedwig a liar. What is going on? Did Justin get hit in the head or something? Because this is seriously, in almost every other episode, he has talked about how Hedwig is like a liar and been deceitful and everything. And there have been times where Marina has tried to say that Hedwig is misunderstood and that kind of thing. And now Marina is, is spitting facts. And Justin, it's like, no. Oh, Marina, break up with this boy. He's not right. Okay, let's continue.
I believe that somewhere deep down inside her, Hedwig knows we're meant to be together, and she wants us to have
She
it
doesn't
right in front of
care.
us. That's why she gave this to us.
If that isn't the most dim-witted thing I've ever heard, Justin.
Ellen Wit.
Step
Oh my gosh.
Marina, please give me your blessing.
Yes, but you've got to let me come with you, Justin. Are you both crazy? It's obviously a trap.
Yes, it is.
Winnie, believe me, won't you? This has nothing at all to do with my being a prince. It has to do with the power of human love.
Oh my gosh.
Because you're human, you think you've got all the answers? Well, I don't think you do. Winnie, don't. Oh, dear.
On Winnie's side, this is ridiculous.
Marina. But we have to. I love you.
I love you, too.
Oh.
Is that it?
We've arrived.
Very well. If it's there, I'll return with the golden tablet or perish in the attempt.
Justin, please don't fail.
Unless we can have a life together, my crown
Did
has no meaning. Marina means life to me.
Wait
Justin.
a minute. He just said he spoke in third person. He said Marina means life to me, and she was right there. He should have said you mean Justin isn't well today. Maybe that's why he thinks it's all the sea air. It's not doing well for him. He's one that needs to get away from the beach. Usually people take vacations and go to the beach. He needs to get away from it. That's what needs to happen. But my question is, did she not know about this place? I would think that she would have known about this legendary place or whatever. Why would she? I don't know. Uh, I would think that she would take one look at the map and immediately know and just go there. But uh, I don't know. And this is kind of I mean, aside from her having that dream within a dream, because again, I do remember that first episode where it was focusing more on what Hans Christian Andersen wrote. She was there, she didn't have her voice, but they didn't really do the dancing or anything because Cecily was there. And they kind of left that part out. Poor Cecily. I kind of feel bad for Cecily in certain cases. And then she shows up and she's a monster. But she's she's a Dragon Lady comic relief. That's what Justin's mom thinks she's wonderful. That's the funniest part to me. It's like, okay. After the masquerade party, I would think that that would have been the wake-up call for for Justin's mom, where she was like attacking the guests. It would have been, okay, we need to get rid of this girl. But the dream within a dream, I do remember Marina having that dream where she was going to get married to Justin. Okay, that's on you, princess. That's a total you thing. That did not really happen. Okay. No. Because I remember her, I believe what was going on was Winnie was sitting there talking with her, and she was busy daydreaming about the idea of them getting married. And Winnie had to pull her out of that, just like what happened here. Um, but yeah. Uh, Now the other thing is that with him talking like this, it's like s- talking in third person and all this, and he's so determined. There's This one is showing more of a determination to get that gold tablet. Is Justin wanting Marina to be his queen? Like when he takes over, is that what he's pushing for? Like forget Cecily. He wants Marina. Well, Marina is a princess, so it would work. And in fairy tale world, it would work. And why not? I just really hadn't thought of that, but I mean, is he really going so far as because they're teenagers, okay? And with teenagers, whirlwind romance and all that, but is he really putting marriage on the table? Like they're really pushing that they love each other now. I think this is the one episode where they're really talking about marriage now. I mean, they're talking about loving each other and everything. They haven't really done that. I mean, they've been lovey-dovey with each other and everything, but it's really coming out, I love you. So it's serious now. Anyway, let's continue. Yeah, that that going through the hall reminds me of something from an 80s game.
Huh? Huh?
That's quite the statue.
Seems I've come to the right neighborhood. This looks too easy.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that seems like Raiders, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Just as I suspected, a very clever trap.
I'm Prince Human and I'll face any danger. I have to be with you, Marina. And I'll never be happy unless I can join you on the land.
She really holds a grudge, doesn't she?
Bobo, don't you know what's going on?
Why? What should I know about? Huh?
They're both gonna
I
die.
found a book. It looks kind of peculiar.
What? What book? This looks like Massachusetts. What are you doing with this, Bobo?
I was out looking for.
Where is this located? Because she just said when she opened the book, she said that looks like Massachusetts. I thought this was a fairy tale world. How do they know about it? See, even he's shocked. He doesn't. No, that's another thing that would happen a lot of times in these, where I think it was even in Masters of the Universe, they would bring up something from the States. Yeah, Skeletor would go off on one of his tangents and bring up Seattle or something. What does that have to do with anything? But it's Skeletor. He can get away with it. You do. That's right, He-Man. I love Skeletor so much. I've turned into him. I just go on dumb rants. Yeah. But really, in a lot of the cartoons, especially the fantasy type, Count Duckula, they would of course Count Duckula is in Transylvania and that actually does exist. So, but I don't think they have duck vampires. No, I don't think that's a thing. If if it is, somebody's mutating something, and that's not okay. I mean, well, they do have vampire bats, but that's a different thing altogether. I don't think they have that in Transylvania. Who knows? I think that's in Latin America. I think that's where the vampire bats are. Anyway, but yeah, in a lot of the fairy tale type cartoons, they would bring up just random stuff. And so, but I know that they brought up where he's from at the beginning, and I don't remember now, but and they've mentioned before where Lothar is from, the neighboring kingdom. So, and I'm sure that there are places that actually exist, n- knowing how this works. And but yeah. Anyway, let's continue.
Hedwig, to keep an eye on her, and suddenly she swam by with Dudley, and this fell out of his mouth, just like that.
Hedwig? If it's hers, it must be very powerful. I wonder if it has something to do with the map she brought to them. Come on, hurry!
Okay. Hey, wait up!
Now she wants to help.
Justina, look! See what
Before
we
she was
found?
mad.
Justin has
The
made a
human
map for
prince.
me. What have you got there? Take a look. This book might save Justin's neck. Bobo got it when Dudley dropped it. I'm sure it's Hedwig's. Unless Dudley learned to read.
Why are you so upset? Oh my gosh. They slammed Dudley so much.
Huh? Hey! I'm not staying out here alone!
but it's a menacing statue with pointed teeth. Tell me you get the reference. Uh-oh.
Oh, Justin, are you all right?
Not quite.
Marina, look it up in the book. Good idea. Hey, listen to this. According to the book, the stone staves are vulnerable to pressure from the side. Come on, help me.
He looked like he was so done with them.
Were you actually trapped, or did you need a rest?
A bit of both. I'm glad you followed me.
I think it was a maze game from the 80s that I'm remembering.
What's all this?
Just looks like coral.
It's gonna get you. It's psychedelic coral.
I just can't imagine why I feel so bone tired suddenly.
Maybe it's in the book, Marina.
Ah. The trap of coral absorbs the life force from the hapless trespassers who invade its evil environs.
Marina. We'll make it.
They were devilish indeed who made something so beautiful, so deadly.
Be right back.
Ah. Well, he figured it out.
Chop it off at the base, Justin.
It's like the Hydra in mythology. It's funny how they use that. And I like how they use that. You know, he was slashing all ever which way, figuring that it would just fall. But like in mythology, if you cut the head off, well, then more grow. But if you cut it, like kill it at the heart, then it's gonna die. And so that's what they were saying. Kill it at the base. And, cut the base, and then that will end it. And very creative way of using the Hydra effect is uh, what a lot of people call it. And so if you uh, stab the heart, then that's that's basically what keeps it going. Because if you just keep slashing at the head, cut the head off, more heads will show up. And it seems like the Disney movie Hercules showed that. I think other Hercules movies have shown that as well, because it seems like they show that particular trial where he has to kill the Hydra, and they show that particular, and then it suddenly, Hercules suddenly realizes, well, this isn't working. So, um, but yeah, I think this is really creative how they did that. And anyway, let's continue.
That's it.
Yes! Oh, so all of a sudden the giant clam opens and the two starfish jump out looking completely exhausted. And one says to the other, "That's funny, I didn't think jellyfish had bones, get it?" Well,
What?
that's enough jolly companionship for one afternoon. It's time to check on the lovebirds. Bring me that code book.
You bet. Okay.
Hey! This is just the outside, you idiot! What did you do with the rest of it? The inside!
I don't know about the inside.
What good is the outside with no inside?
Well, I give up. What?
It's utterly useless. I swear you've got less sense than seaweed. My whole plan relies on secrecy. The only
Actually, it
way
is
to
his
keep
fault
secrecy
this time.
if the wrong fish gets his fins on that book, then the lovebirds could escape with the tablet.
Not gonna lie, it is his fault this time. Oh, buddy.
Quick, Marina! See if there's a section in there that addresses difficulties with eels. Right! Brings bats, fish, bugs, gnats.
Oh,
Away! Stay alert, everyone! They're attacking from every angle!
Bombs, lures, eels, a secret latch.
oh dear. And they find it. That's very Last Crusade. Uh-oh.
Oh, Justin, I'm sorry. I just got so frightened. Do you think we can get there without it?
Don't worry, Marina. There's got to be a way through, and if there is, I'll find it.
Hey, I'll bet that thing is the answer, huh?
Oh, yeah? I bet it isn't.
I hope you're right, Bobo. Besides, I don't see any alternative.
You could
Oh,
go
Justin!
It's
faster?
okay. He just lost his balance.
On second thought, I hope you're right.
Gee, thanks.
Be careful.
Why is he going so slow?
Stay as close to the wall as you can!
Is this like the one trial where he had to go across?
That's quite a mess for somebody to clean up.
The path to the tablet is clear! We're almost there! Come on, everybody!
Oh my. Lots of sparklies.
Isn't that pretty?
You bet.
Ooh.
The only real treasure here is the tablet.
Isn't this cozy? I'm delighted.
How did she get here? Uh, okay, she now the first time, in order to put the tablet there, she had the book. Okay, let's not forget that. But she didn't have the book this time, and let's not forget that the book was incinerated in the lava. So how did she get here? She pulled a Donovan because in the movie, to this day, people are like, how did, because especially in that one trial when it came to how to spell Jehovah, how did they get through that? How did they know what to do in that moment? Because the first one, he stopped um the razors or whatever the things, and the one that said kneel before God, and Indy stopped him. He tied him off. So, but the second one, how was Donovan supposed to know, or even Elsa? Like, okay, so she's Dr. Elsa Schneider, but how is she to know what was supposed to be there? Because there were pages torn out of the book, remember? Uh-huh. And something tells me that the pages that were torn out of the book would have been what to do there. Yeah. So, anyway, and then of course he threw the dirt onto that one. How did she get here? How did okay. Anyway, let's keep going.
You're here in your final resting place, and I'm impressed you made it.
Think you're real smart, don't ya?
The golden
And then he
fleece is
hides
the
behind
property of
Justin.
Anselm, and I've made it my sworn purpose to rescue it from cruel capture by such as
Bobo's
you.
tough.
You never get out of here alive, you pipsqueak or Marina either. Bobo, grab the jewel!
Well, okay.
No! Leave the jewel in place!
Oh. Oh dear.
The door is closing!
Are they gonna have a Temple of Doom moment?
What's your hurry, Sonny? Let's chat a while. Justin!
Huh. Hey.
Are you hurt, my love?
That door was closing.
I'm so glad.
They did the thing.
Wretched brat! Now I've lost them forever! I still have a chance. They left the
That tablet was bigger.
Dudley, wake up, it's time to go!
So many things, man. But we're almost done.
Thank goodness everybody's safe.
But that castle had to be one of the wonders of the sea. Now that it's destroyed, who's ever gonna know that it was even there?
The myth of Tartarus will live in memory forever like other timeless legends.
That's how Fate of Atlantis ends.
That's easy. Beneath her scales, Hedwig is still the good protector that she once was. Any well-educated prince could tell you that.
But there's only one Justin.
And only one of you. Our day will come.
Oh, man.
The best is yet to be.
And that's the end. Okay, so really quick, when the door was closing towards the end there, and they were trying, it was like a Temple of Doom moment, where he famously grabs his hat before the door comes down. Okay, so Hedwig grabs Justin, and the door had like that much left. Okay, he would have had to squeeze through. And he breaks away, and then it shows that the door like, excuse you. You no. You, you no, no, no. I'm on to you. But of course the hero had to leave. Second of all, she's holding basically a tablet that's this big. The tablet was bigger before. It's always been bigger. And then all of a sudden it's the size of this. Get out of here with that. You got a different tablet. That's not the tablet that we've been talking about. What is that, imposter? Don't talk to me with that. Oh, good heavens. So basically, with everything that went on in this particular episode, I would call it the Indiana Jones episode. I mean, choose a scene. All right. Which reference do you want? Anyway, that is episode 14. I will close up here.